Good morning, my fellow Nigeria. It's still your boy Prince TM. I want to talk about the student loan in Nigeria. Student loan is a good program initiated by the federal government. But to me, I think before we could say we want to initiate this program, all the precautions that needed to put in order are then in order. We need to talk about the facility that these students that they lecture. When they are talking about the facility, we are talking about the institution. Do they have good lecture theater? Do they have good lecture room? Do they have an adequate facility? Do they have enhancement environment within their institution? Do the medical and the science, do they have adequate laboratory? Is there an updated laboratory for them to display or to interpret what they were being taught in class? All these things need to be put in order because to me, I don't see the reason why federal government should pay for to be sponsoring students to go to school again when all these things in order. And if federal government will be sponsoring student loan, I think that it should be like 10% of Nigeria students that they are financially incapable before federal government can make sure they want to initiate the program. And the situation on ground now is like 80% or 90% of Nigeria students are their parents are financially incapable. So are we now telling me federal government will be able to pay for the 90% of Nigeria students their parents are financially incapable to pay their fees? It's not done. That will be that the federal government is losing a lot because I don't see the reason why the federal government will pay these students. These students they will pay their lecturer. They will build a formidable university for them. They will build a standard laboratory for them. They will build a standard classroom for them, and still you will be paying for their school fees. How is the government want to generate their own fund? How? Because all these institutions they were created in order to make sure you are generating some revenue. It's an addition to generation some revenue in each state and federal government level. So you cannot just be pumping money and nothing is coming down. To be sincere, let's be truly to ourselves. A student that truly needs student loan in Nigeria, how will 20,000 upkeep that federal government is giving to them will solve their problem? When you are paying their school fees and they don't have anything to eat, they don't have how to go about the campus life. How are they going to make sure? How are they going to give you? How are they going to make sure that the student loan we are not paying, we are not wasting the money? Because they won't focus. Truly, in Nigeria, no, I can say 80% of Nigerian students, their parents are not financially okay to sponsor them to university. So let's talk. I think the federal government are referring to that. If it's paying the school fees, the parents should be able to cater for them on their domestic needs. But what about if their parents cannot capable for them? I know their parents cannot cater for their domestic needs because everything is too expensive. There is exorbitance of commodity in the markets. So right now, Nigeria federal government, you need to look up to this. All the stuff that need to be put on hold, it need to be put on hold. I think this students, whatever, they are our philanthropists in this. If Nigeria is designed well, all the big men, the billionaire of this country should be the one that should be initiating scholarship and all this student loan in all the institution. Everything should not be about the federal government, but because the construction of the nation doesn't allow them to do all those stuff, they will surely lose their money. That's why all of them is being quiet. That's why they are being quiet. If you check outside foreign words, how this university in or global world they make their money is by the foreign students. How many foreign students is it coming to lecture in Nigeria that will have said the federal government will have recovered their loan money from those people? That will be a replacement for the money they are paying for their indigenous students. No, because the environment of Nigeria is not, there is no enhancement for the youth. Our university is not in good condition. It's not in good condition. Nigeria is a developed country that foreign students needed to be come and lecture here because we have everything experts here. But because the construction of Nigeria it's not working, that's why they couldn't come. So to me, I don't see a reason why the federal government should be paying or sponsor the student loan. Why all of those things I mentioned are not in order. They need to look to it and make sure in order. And 20K upkeep cannot serve the students. Because truly a student that needed this thing, it needed money to run his or her way in the campuses. If they cannot run his or her way, they will surely turn to something else. Maybe they turn to Yahoo or turn to anything, they do anything, any criminal activity to make sure they can function or be among their colleagues in school. So that is it. So right now, the creation of university should be a revenue generator. It should not be a consumption. So federal government, you cannot be paying and nothing coming to you. Please look out for it and make sure there is well provision for the Nigerian students to make sure they are able to suitable for what they are be preparing them in the next future. Thank you. God bless the world.